Good morning, good afternoon. We're going to navigate to your Google Classroom. Inside your Google Classroom, there are two places. So right here is the stream. The stream is where I make announcements. They may have to do with the scheduling of classwork, but they're actually just announcements. If we move over to the classwork, don't forget to do your attendance. We'll move past Friday's asynchronous lesson for the 9th of October. And we're going to go down, and there was a question like, what are you missing? So when I asked, what are you missing? I found that a lot of students were missing the sketch, either the hand-drawn sketch, which we'll cover in another film, or the digitally drawn, traced sketch. It's called Finding a Proportion to Sketch. So if we view this assignment, if we open up the Google Draw template, inside of yours, there'll be one that says Joe Herby. Well, if I say Joe Herby, I'm saying your name, but it's just the example. So we click on this, and we're able to navigate to that page. I might drag my video from one corner to the other. Let's see if I need to. No, I don't. I'm going to do it anyway. So the best thing that you can do right now is to make a copy. So every student is going to produce 2 of these. So we're going to make a copy. One needed to be completed with instruction in this class. So this is an example of that instruction. So let's say you haven't completed it yet. You can complete it right now. The other one should be the kind of bird that you want to do, the kind of fish that you want to do. It can be a shark, it can be an eagle, it can be a sparrow, it could be a little minnow. It doesn't really matter. What I'd like you to find is a photo. I'd like you to manage that file into Google Draw. Draw on that file inside the canvas, which is the working area inside of this Google Classroom. So it says Joe Herby Bird, templates, do not edit. I'm going to share it with the same people. You don't need to copy the comments. There are no comments that are positive, so go ahead and just make a copy. Now that we have this page, the first thing we need to do is have a proportion that is correct, okay? So I've given you 2 lines, and those lines, I believe, are 8 inches apart in space, right? Your computer screen may be much smaller than that. And we're not doing a computer screen across, right? You might have an 11-inch screen. Well, you don't have an 11-inch screen. You got an 11-inch catty corner screen. So I'm going to grab the bird, and I'm going to drop this bird inside the work area. And when I do that, I want it to be centered. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now, I would like to crop and align the bird in its longest dimension. So I'm going to rotate this bird inside of the cropped area. So the blue square is the not cropped, or the original image, and these black lines on the outside are the cropped image. I'm going to take it to about 322, I think. Yeah, 322. You probably could go 321 degrees. Perfect. And then I'm going to use the crop, and I'm going to cut that leg right off. I'm going to bring the top right-hand corner down and get rid of as much of the outside of the bird as I can. Oh, I got rid of a little bit of the tail, so I'm going to go ahead and remove some of that crop. And crop just means to eliminate, to remove, to limit how much of the image we're going to be using. And I've just picked up the wrong part of the bird. So go ahead, and I'm going to show you my screen. Pardon me, I'm going to show you my work area. And I'm just going to press Control Z. Ah, perfect, it came back. Now I'm going to make sure that I'm selecting the right amount of bird. I want less behind the tail. Now I can press Enter because I'm done with that tool. I can grab the bottom corner, and this does not change the proportion. Now if I grab this one, I can make a hot dog bird. Nobody likes a squished hot dog bird. So again, Control Z. So I'm pressing the Control, I'm pressing the Z. Now I can go to the opposite corner, I can do the same exact thing, and it'll snap to that line. Now I have something I can work with. If I want to zoom in just a little bit more, I can see it just a little bit better. Press Enter, and now I can zoom that out, make it the bird as big as possible. I'm going to adjust it so that it's center. I see a red line in the center. I see a red line in the center. I'm going to drop the image. Perfect. So what I'd like to show you is how you can do this with a trackpad. First thing you need to find out is navigate your mouse somewhere that doesn't exist. Okay? It's just somewhere that's not going to have any implication. I'd like you to press on the right. See if the right click comes up. I'd like you to press on the left. See if that selects anything, okay? Because you might not have a denoted highlighted button. Double click. Oh, that's the right click. So 2-finger touch, if you touch down with 2 fingers, you can get that same toolbox to show up. And I'm gonna go navigate to the other side and I'm gonna do this again. So 2-finger touch, I get the right hand click. If I click left out of the box, it goes away. If I click right, it opens back up. So let's see if on your device, if you have those same tools. We are going to first use the trace tools and then the line tools. So there's a tool called Scribble, and this kind of helps you, right? If you hold it, you can get a very quick idea as to what shape you're looking for by holding and dragging. Oh, this looks terrible, Mr. Chris. Well, don't worry about it yet, because Google's got your back. So I just made this as kind of obnoxious as I could, so that you guys would see that Google will make it a little better, just a little better. So again, I don't like that. I'm going to press Control Z. I'm going to get rid of it. The tool I'd like you to work with is the curve line tool, not the curved connector, the curved line tool. So make sure you've selected your curved line tool. Okay, so I'm not going to use these buttons. I'm only going to use 2 fingers and 1 fingers. Okay, so not 2-finger touch to get the toolbox. I don't want that. Not the right click. Okay, but oh, I dropped my tool. Dang it, I dropped my tool. I got to go pick up my tool. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is click and then drag. And then drag. Now I can drag it up and put it right there. And then I'm going to drag. Oops, didn't work. Perfect. Now I can drag. Now I can drag. And what's nice is it as you move that line around, it auto gives you what you want. Now I want to get to the back of the head, but if I do that, then it looks like maybe the little birdie fell out of its nest and got a flat head. Okay, well, this bird, your bird, you did not get dropped on your head as a child, so perfect. Now I got another dot. Now I got another dot. Take it easy. Stop smacking your Chromebook. It's not the reason you're upset. I want you guys to be able to hear that I'm clicking. So that's what I'm doing. And what I'm trying to do is I don't want to lose any of the bird. I don't want to try and go over here and then find that I have a gap behind the neck. So I'm going to go right here. Oh, do you see how it makes that transition nice and fair? Some of you guys are getting really good looking birds, fish. One student did a pair of Air Jordans. Another student, I didn't even know Kobe had a shoe, but apparently Kobe got a shoe. So he's making a pair of Kobe 4s. Makes sense. I mean, those guys make a lot of money on their feet. So it would make sense that they would be interested in foot health. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exaggerate a little bit. And for your freeform, exaggeration is awesome. Go ahead and exaggerate. think maybe right here is where I want to be, because I want to have an inside radius. It's not a lie, it's exaggeration. The fish, it was this big. I think everybody saw that video of that kid getting chased on a scooter by a hawk. Well, it wasn't a hawk, it was actually a magpie. Magpies are real mean birds, unless they like you. They're the kind of crow that you always hear about that's real smart. Steele, you just cut the chin right off that bird. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, perfect. Did you see that? How it just, boop, boop. There we go. That's what we're looking for. What we're looking for is a tool that connects the line, that gives us a flat, single color panel. We can go ahead and change that color, the infill. I think birds are brown. So I'm gonna make it brown. Ooh, that looks terrible. That's a gross color. Don't pick that brown. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so now I'm gonna make sure that I don't have a tool in my hand, but that instead I have a select tool. Okay, so what I'd like to do is with that select tool, double click, and now I can see all of the points that I had to navigate, and you can individually adjust them. So now we can get a nice fair curve, and I think that might be too much. I think the beak needs to be a little bit louder. I'm gonna exaggerate. It's okay to exaggerate. It's just not okay to lie, okay? And so if you exaggerate one detail and you don't exaggerate the rest of the details, oh man, no one's gonna believe you, right? If you start exaggerating about how you won the Super Bowl, right, ain't no one gonna believe you. You won the Super Bowl on your Xbox? Oh, someone might listen. Oh, okay, I believe you, right? So if you're gonna exaggerate, I think this tail is a little bit too exaggerated. I think the transition needs to be better. You can exaggerate. Just make sure that you're doing it in a way that is believable. Well, that's too much exaggeration right there. Okay, perfect. This bird doesn't look like a bird. It just looks like kind of some sort of chubby chicken. So I'm going to exaggerate a little bit. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks like a bird. Perfect. I'm going to press enter because I'm done with that tool. Oh, maybe I need to click off. I'm going to move over here. I'm going to press enter. That didn't work. Perfect. So now we have a Joe Herby bird. Go ahead, find an image of a bird. Follow these steps. Exaggerate. You don't need to make a bird. You don't need to make a fish. I asked if you guys wanted to make a shorebird, a intercoastal fish. You can make whatever you'd like. And if these tools are frustrating, the next video, the last video, we're going to talk about is how to draw. We'll take that page that we made, the one that was 2-to-1. Right, we had one here, one there. So it's 1, 2. So it's a proportion of 1-to-2. It's twice as long as it is wide. So if you want, you can go over to that video and I'll show you how to use pencils and other tools to go ahead and make your drawing really nice. Thank you guys. Make sure to get this done. It's the way you do your project.